In this video, I'm going to talk about the personal finance lessons that can be drawn from World of Warcraft. From 2007 through 2010, I spent a little over 8 hours each day playing WoW. I was addicted, and I had several characters that were maximum level, but my favorite was my Protection Paladin. 4 or 5 nights a week, I would be raiding endgame dungeons with 9 or 24 other people. For anyone unfamiliar, World of Warcraft is a massively multiplayer online role-playing game. You pick a race and class to play as, such as Human Paladin or Orc Mage. By killing enemies, discovering new areas, and completing quests, you'll gain experience. As you gain experience, you'll level up. When you level up, you'll get more health, access to stronger weapons and armor, and you'll learn new spells and abilities. You'll also get a skill point which you can assign. And when you assign a skill point, that will unlock other skills for you in the future. You can learn professions, travel to foreign places, and complete dungeons with other people. Income increases with time and experience. You start off at level 1, making only copper or silver for quests. This gradually increases with time as quests get more complicated and as you gain experience. This mirrors real life. Typically, your first few years in your job or career are not going to be your peak earning years. Over time, you can learn professions like enchanting or alchemy. These enable you to use materials that you collect along the way to create things that you can sell to other people. You can sell these things directly to other people, or you can list these things on the auction house where they can sell at any time, not just when you're playing. If you can add A, different streams of income, and B, income that isn't directly tied to your time, you'll increase your financial stability. Spend less than you make. When you're a low level and not making much money from quests yet, you don't want to spend significant amounts of money on gear that you're going to be replacing soon anyways. Pretty much everything you own is going to be replaced well within a few levels. You're typically also only buying food and drink that you need to restore your health and mana. You're not buying fancy foods or alcohols that don't really do anything for you. As your gear gets stronger, the repairs also get more expensive. You have to account for the increasing cost of repairs over time. We need to periodically adjust our budget to reflect changing circumstances. As you start making more money, you'll probably also start spending more money. And sometimes this is an investment in your future, like starting a business or buying a bunch of materials to advance your profession. Sometimes this is just lifestyle creep. If the goal is to grow wealthy, be wary of creeping expenses. It's not about how much money you make, it's about how much money you're able to keep. Be patient. Amassing high-quality weapons and armor, gold, and materials takes time, just like it takes time in real life to amass a portfolio of investments. Start early and play for a very long time if you want to have a lot of gold and materials. Compound interest is the most powerful force on Earth, but the first few years are not very noticeable. Avoid debt. While the game doesn't have a debt system, or at least it didn't when I played the game, there were several occasions where I would have to ask guild members if I could borrow gold. I was the main tank for our guild, and there were few things more embarrassing than having to ask guild members if I could borrow gold before our next attempt on a boss. With credit cards, it's really easy to spend money that we don't have. It would be really interesting to see Blizzard work this mechanic into World of Warcraft. Imagine you're walking around Ironforge, and you haven't checked your mailbox in a while, and slowly some repo gnomes start surrounding you to repo that sweet helm that you failed to make payments on. There are so many things we can learn from World of Warcraft, or RPGs in general. Successfully raiding dungeons and defeating bosses requires 10 or 25 people to be individually competent in their own roles, to communicate clearly, and to cooperate. Whether or not we can translate these skills into real life is another thing entirely. As we level up and get skill points, we have to choose wisely how we spend them. We only get a finite amount of skill points, just like we only have a finite amount of time in real life. We can't pay to respec our skill points in real life. An emergency fund is like a health potion. Hopefully you don't need to use it, but you want to have one just in case. Unexpected attacks sometimes do leave us with low amounts of health. We don't want to be running around with low health, or else we're one cranky murloc away from the spirit graveyard. Instead, drink the health pot, get back to full health, and then we'll make sure to replenish our health pots next time we're in town. We're the average of the 5 people we're closest to. If you're constantly adventuring around with incompetent people who are casting the wrong spells and abilities at the wrong time, targeting the wrong enemies, or constantly dying and not paying attention, chances are you're not going to be very successful either. Surround yourself with people who are competent, optimistic, and driven to succeed. Understands the value of your time. When you spend 1 hour killing the same enemies over and over to farm materials, that's 1 hour that you're not spending doing anything else. So think about your time in the game and in real life. How are you spending it? Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you liked this and you'd like to see videos like this in the future. If you have any thoughts, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. Thanks so much.